back to mornings. Thank you so much for waking up to us on FamilyNet radio and TV stations all around the country. Our next guest has really kind of gotten tongues wagging since his last appearance here, and we're glad to have him back.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, we had such nice reaction the last time Tim Link was here. We asked him to come back. Tim is a pet communicator, and he is the author of this book, Wagging Tails, Every Animal Has a Tail, and that's T-A-L-E. And last time we had my puppy and my other dog here, and we spent so much time with callers about dogs, we thought we need to give other animals some equal time.
Equal time.
Yeah, so we invited Tim back, and we also invited our makeup artist Kelly Brennan, who has her own menagerie, so we'll be talking a lot about her animals, but she brought Coco, and Coco is a Georgia Bulldogs fan, it looks like, Kelly.
Oh, gosh. Where do you actually find a sweater that'll fit a turtle?
On the internet. Where else?
It sure fits him well. For those listening by radio, describe what Coco's wearing, Kelly.
Coco is wearing an official licensed Georgia Bulldogs team jersey, size extra small, and he's not really happy about it.
Oh. Well, what kind of turtle is Coco?
Coco is
an ugly one.
Oh, he's beautiful and handsome, Larry.
Coco is a South American red-footed tortoise.
And did you find him somewhere, or did you buy him somewhere? Or?
He was purchased for me as a gift.
Okay. Well, so now we are going to let Tim talk to Coco.
Yeah, so we had I had a chance to meet Coco behind the stage. Now, interesting, Coco is Coco's 7 years old, is what you were told, but Coco said he was 14.
Oh.
So that's not uncommon with animals. A lot of times animals will go with how they feel as far as their age. So if it's an old soul, they'll feel older. If it's a younger soul, they'll feel younger. So it's an old soul, very wise tortoise here. So we're in good shape. We were talking a little bit earlier about some illness that he had early on. But the interesting thing is that he no longer feels that illness, nor is he associated with that illness. So he had nothing to tell me about that illness. And that's not uncommon with animals, because animals understand their past, but they don't live in that past. They live in the moment, they work every day for their mission and their purpose, and then they move on out of this world. So unlike us humans, who often get caught up in our past and hold it up like it's a golden egg, animals don't worry about that. So I always tell people that though he's had some traumas in the past, though there's been some things that you've worried about, did you do the right thing or not, did you cause the illness? No, that's all in the past, it's all gone, he's not worrying about it anymore, so he's in great shape.
Yeah, but Coco may not worry about it, but Kelly, loves her animals, and if the animal were sick, she would worry intensely. Does the animal sense that the owner is concerned about it, or does the animal feel that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Coco will definitely feel that, and the important thing behind that is to learn from our animals. Learn, because they're not hanging on to that past. They understand it, but they're not worrying about it. You've solved the problem, so quit beating yourself up over it. So things that go on in your past, learn from it, move on, live in the moment, and that's what our animals teach us every day.
What can you tell him, Kelly, about Coco that he may not know? I mean, what about the animal struck you? I mean, clearly when you get an animal, they become part of your family. I mean, you love animals more intensely than most people that I've ever met. So, what about Coco kind of drew you to the animal, to the turtle, and what might Tim not understand?
Well, Coco was given to me as a gift because where he was he was being neglected
really?
At the store, and so my fiance Marty said wrap him up, taking him home, and he didn't take him home. He brought him to my house. So he's
now,
had a tough road.
Well, Coco has had a serious illness. Did you tell Tim that, or?
We touched on it a little bit. He almost died. And he went to the UGA vet school, and he had a long
he's rather
recovery.
famous there at the vet school.
Yes, he was a pet project of theirs for a little while, and he had a long road, and it just seemed like he was suffering a lot. And so I'm really glad to know that that's not part of his present.
Yeah, for those people who don't have your skill to communicate with animals, how do we know? What clues can we get from an animal that the animal is sick, that the animal is distressed, that the animal is unhappy, that the animal is lonesome, that the animal misses a previous home, that type of stuff?
Well, I think when you have pets become part of your life and become part of your family. So you have that deep love and that deep connection with them to begin with. So the biggest thing you can do is connect with your own animals and trust that feeling that you're getting back. So I believe you're connected to a much greater and much deeper than you ever would imagine. So if you get the feeling that they're lonesome, if you get the feeling that something's not quite right physically or emotionally, then act upon that. If it requires veterinarian care, go that route. If it's just a matter of finding companionship for the animal, you can do that as well.
Keep the name Pokey in your mind, because Pokey was my son's cat, who I took care of, because he couldn't have a cat in the apartment in Boston, and he ran away. We've been looking for Pokey for weeks.
So, if you can help Larry find Pokey, you'll be a real hero.
Well, we can definitely do that. We have stories in the book, Wagging Tails, Every Animal Has a Tale, about animals that have become lost in different cities, and we've helped locate them and bring them back home. So.
Historically, the cat, this cat was very happy in the home, so he wasn't driven away, or she wasn't driven away from anything. But are cats the type of animals that will simply go and find a place they like better and stay for a while, and might she come back at some point? Because this actually happened once before on Rhode Island. Disappeared for 3 or 4 weeks. We thought, well, we'll never see Pokey again, and shows up happy as a clam 3 or 4 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, animals leave our presence, leave our home for different reasons. Sometimes it is just for that exploration, to go out a little bit further, to test the waters, to see what's going on, and then they'll come back. Oftentimes, though, animals, when they leave, have served their purpose with you. And that's hard for us to understand.
Yeah.
But my belief is that animals come into our life for a reason and a purpose, and they stay in our lives for that period of time, whatever that may be, and then they move on. Either they transition out of their bodies and pass on, or they leave physically. So it's not uncommon for an animal such as a cat to come into your life, get you through a situation in your life, and then leave and fulfill that purpose with another family.
Oh, gee.
Hey, Kelly, I think that Coco might really be a Texas Longhorn fan, because he's got this orange here on his little, you don't call it a paw, his arm.
We'll have to see about getting him in Texas jersey
Okay.
too.
We want to give everybody Tim's website. Is wagging-tails, Tales, wagging-tails.com.